Right. Hi everybody. This is Helen, your Stampin' Up demonstrator from Bell Block in New Zealand. Now I'm just going to check that this is coming up on my iPad. And it looks like it is. Perfect. Right. I thought I'd come along today and share a pack of DSP that I fell in love with as soon as I saw it. And it is this beautiful Floral Charm DSP. Now, it's on the online exclusives, so if you want to pop on onto my page and have a look at the online exclusives, you'll find it there. So it's Floral Charm, and it's beautiful paper. There's some really gorgeous papers in here. So look at these. They're stunning. Very cool. I just love floral papers. I think they're really great to use in your projects, and these have some really gorgeous colors in them. So those are the fronts and this is the back. So beautiful rich colors in the backs of them, and they're stunning as well. So I looked at these and I was trying to work out which ones to use, and I have a piece left here, so I think I'm going to use that for my card today. So I just put those aside, and I'm using those papers this weekend for my class on Saturday and Sunday. So I'll show you at the end of this the cards that we're going to be making at the class on Saturday and Sunday. Right, so I grabbed some pens. Now the Country Charm DSP comes with this stamp set, Charming Day stamp set. So this is a great stamp set, great images that you can colour. It also comes with some beautiful dies. Half of them are out of here at the moment because I'm using them on other projects, but they're stunning. And there's dies that you can just use just to cut out delicate images. Not actually, there's the dies that cut out these flowers and that, but there's also some others as well. They're really stunning. Right, so I thought, because of the card I want to make today and the way I want to set it out, I brought in the Gallery Bloom stamp set because I wanted this floral image. I think this is gorgeous. Love that floral image. So I'm going to use that today. And I'm going to stamp that. So let me just move these aside. And I'm going to stamp that image on this piece of white. So my Memento Black, I actually got an uninked stamp pad, and I put Memento Black on there. I like using this better for when I'm stamping with Memento. So I'm just going to put that on there like that. Okay, now I'll put that stamp pad aside, and I'm going to colour that. So I've got light fresh freesia, dark fresh freesia, and light blackberry bliss, and I've just got light granny apple green for the leaves. So I had these in another card, and I was just taking them out, and I thought, oh, I'll just throw those on here and pick out this stamp, and I will colour these using these colours because they were already there. Right, so I'll just do the leaves first. It's nice and quick and easy. Images like this that have a lot of like detail in them, you don't need to do a lot of highlighting and things like that. So that makes life a lot easier, it really does. Right, and then this is the light fresh freesia. So I'm just putting a light layer, and as you can see, I'm using the brush end and just gently touching the cardstock on the side of the brush. Okay, if you're going to go point to point like that, you're going to damage the end of your brush. So as a brush, you just have to gently touch it. So I'm just going to put a base colour of the light on here, and as you can see, I'm not being too particular. If I miss any bits, it won't matter. I can, because I'm going to add some other colours to this as well. So just go over that very quickly. Don't want to hold you up all day, and I'll give you the measurement of this piece shortly when I finish colouring this in. Right, so that's the light colour, really stunning. And then I'm going to use the dark fresh freesia. Now I'm just going to, I think just do a little bit of, I may not even use the Blackberry Bliss actually. I'm just going to bring, so basically wherever these little lines come up like this, I just bring the Fresh Freesia up from the bottom, and it will just give a bit deeper area in those parts, okay? But I don't want it to be lines coming up, so I'm just doing little brush strokes like that. So just from the bottom up, just with little flicks, and I'm using the finer end with this pen, okay? Right, so we'll do that there. And I think if you look and you think, oh, that area of the petals needs to be a bit darker, then you use it in those particular places. But as it dries, it will dry lighter like that, but it does give you those different darker areas coming through. And I have actually got this light Blackberry Bliss, so I think I'm just going to do this just gently in the middle of the flowers here. So just to give that little bit of depth right through there. I don't think I want to do it anywhere else because I don't want it to be too dark. Maybe just a little bit along the base at the bottom here of this flower. And what you can do is, when you've got your darker colours in here, and I know it may look quite a lot darker, you can then go back to your light Fresh Freesia, which is this one with the brush end, and just gently brush up from where you've just put that dark on, and that will help to blend that colour up, okay, and it will dry lighter. Okay, so that just gives me that bit of depth. I don't know if you can see it that well on here, but you might be able to just see that bit of depth from the bottom. Right, so that's my colouring. That was the piece that was going to take the longest. Now, I'll tell you what pieces I've got here to make our card today. So I've got a piece of Blackberry Bliss. This is 10.5 centimetres by 28. Okay, so 10.5 by 28. I have another piece of Blackberry Bliss, and this is 6 centimetres by 14.8 centimetres. Okay, then I have this white. So this is 5.5 centimetres by 14.3, because that is going to go onto there like so. So I might just grab, while I'm doing it, my Stampin' Seal, and we will attach that to that piece. And then that one's done and out of the way. Awesome, just like that. Okay, now I've got a piece of Fresh Freesia. So this is 5.5 centimetres by 14.3, so it's the same size as the white. And I've got a white that is 5 by 13.8, so this is going to go in the middle of that one there. But I'm going to stamp this small image. So this is from the same stamp set. It's this little small one here, which is so cute. So I'm just going to stamp that down the side, down near the bottom there. So it's just like a miniature version of the other flower. And I'm just going to colour that in, and then I will attach that to that piece. So we'll just grab the Granny Apple Green first. I don't think I need any of that, and I'll just grab the light Fresh Freesia. These beautiful little flowers, and it's funny because when you paint this on, it looks quite pink, quite a different colour, but it dries really beautifully. There you go, and I might just go dark Fresh Freesia, just a little bit of detail in there, just at the base of those flowers. Right, so I'll put some tape on there. Oops. We'll attach that onto this piece. Right, just like that. Now, oh, I see Glennis is there. Hey Glennis, so nice to see you the other day. Glenys bought me some of her famous chocolate eclairs, so I was very, very lucky. So thanks, Glenys. Oh, Mari's there and Susan's there and Trisha's there. Great. Awesome. Nice to catch up with all you ladies. Right, so the other pieces I have is fresh freesia. I have a 4 centimetres by 10 centimetres. I have 2 of those. And this fresh freesia, I have 2 centimetres by 10 centimetres and 2 of those. Now I'm going to cut some of this beautiful DSP. And you've got to think what way you want it to go. So this is directional and I want it to go that direction. So I'm going to cut this, first of all, at 9.5 centimetres. So that's there. And that was 4. So I need 2 3.5 centimetre pieces. So I'm going to measure to the top just because it's easier to hold. So there's a 3.5. And we need another 3.5. And then I need, they were 2, so 2 1.5 centimetre pieces. And I've got 3 left, so that must be 1.5 and 1.5. That's pretty close, that's pretty good. I'm excited about that, that worked out to be the right size. Okay, so I'll put my trimmer aside, and these pieces I'm just going to layer onto these. So, as you can see, the beautiful rich colours in behind these are stunning as well. I love these. I love this paper. Glenys came the other day and I said, look at all the purples, because she loves purple. So it was it's funny how sometimes a product will come in and you think straight away of a particular customer or lady that you know in your group that will just love things, and I knew Glenys would love this paper. Just like when the lavender first came out, I couldn't wait to see Glenys and show her the lavender paper because I knew she'd fall in love with that too, because it's purple. So what else has been happening? Oh, Chantel's there. Hi, Chantel. How are you? Nice that you got to join me today. Right, so those are my pieces. Got to think which way they go. That way, that way. That way, that way. Right, now we need to do some scoring on our main piece of our card. So, got to remember how to do this. So we're going to score our piece. We're going to start off at 2.5 centimetres. Make sure I'm in view. So 2.5 centimetres. We are scoring, so we use a scorer. So 2.5 centimetres. Then we're going to go down to 7 centimetres. Then we're going to go down to 9.5 centimetres. Then we're going to go down to 14 centimetres, which is halfway. Now I can keep going that way, or I could just turn it round and do the same this way. So we will do that because it just keeps me in view of the camera. So 2.5 centimetres, 7 centimetres, 9.5 centimetres, and then at 14 centimetres, which is where we did the other end, because it's 28 centimetres long, so it's a halfway point. We're going to cut from 2 centimetres. So I've just got to find the 2 centimetres. It's hard to see underneath this light, and I can't put my head straight over top of it. Let's see. It's about there. It's not going to matter too much. So 2 centimetres to about 8.5 centimetres, which I would say is about there. Yep, and you're just cutting through that little slit through there, okay? Right, now, so by now I think most of my ladies that have been to class will know what I'm making because we made one of these cards a couple of weeks ago for specialty class, and it was lots of fun, and it was one that I haven't made for years really, so it was nice to make it again. Alright, so I'll just use the bone folder and fold all those pieces towards the centre like that. Now, if I lay this out, I'm going to get some tear and tape, and we're going to put 2 layers of tear and tape, one down that side, one down that side, and one down this side. Trish, your order's arrived, so that's quite exciting. Your kit with all your beautiful Halloween treats boxes in, so that's really cool. So that has arrived, so that saves me having to text you now that you're here today. Okay, and so what we're going to do, while we've got it flat now, we're going to put these pieces onto here like that as well. So we'll do all this, do everything while it's flat, because it makes life so much easier. We're going to just line those up, leaving a beautiful border like that. And we're going to put this one on the other side. I think I've cut that one crooked, put that one on crooked. Let's see, might just put that one at the back. See if I can fix that one up. Put this one on here. That's better. What have I done with this one? I've cut something crooked. Something's not quite straight. Okay, we'll just put that one on that side because that's at the back anyway, so we don't see it the same. Oh, we should probably just put that way. Turn this around, put it this way, and we're going to put these ones on here as well. Make sure this is centered along there like that, and this one's going to go down here. Right, so I'm going to have this to the front. So then all you need to do is you thread this piece up through the center like that, and we're going to lay this down. So you need to fold this one forward. You then need to take these pieces off here like that, and then you drag this down and you place it down about in the center, but just above that bottom line like that. Then you're going to bring this one down and you're going to take these pieces off here, take those off, and then you're going to put that down flat over top of that piece at the bottom. Okay, so that is enclosed inside that area there like that. And then what you do is you bring these down and it sits up like that. Okay, now we could have put a greeting on there, but I wanted to keep it just plain. We're going to put on the back of there. Where's the other piece I made? I forgot to put this on before. I should put that on before I stuck it down. On the one that we made the other night at class, we didn't actually put it back on here. We put a piece underneath to write on, but this was going to be better. So we'll just slide that down and it will work. We'll just slide it in there because I need to try to get this down to the right place, and it's got tape on it. But that's fine. We can always make things work. There you go, just like that. Okay, so that is on the back, and this is the place that you are going to be able to write your greeting on, your you know, birthday wish, or if you want to use it for a thank you card or something like that, you could. This is stunning. Now, I wouldn't put a ribbon or anything on because it does have to slide down into there. I could have made it a little bit lower actually, which would have been fine. I think, and you need to have it all flat because you need to be able to bring it up to that area. So that is the way you would put it into your envelope like this, so it sits in a normal size envelope that just slides up like that. So it's your little box card. Very, very cute, and a gorgeous place here to write on. I could put that up a bit higher too. These sort of things that you don't think of till you make it, and then think, oh, I could have done this or I could have done that. But it's really beautiful. It's really gorgeous. Now, I did have, don't know what I've done with it. I thought I had, I'll just grab the card that we made. So this is the card that we made for specialty class last week. And this was the little giraffe. So we put the piece on here to write on, and that come up like that. So that was quite cute. And yeah, having the piece under here to write, we didn't worry on the back. But I quite like having something on the back to write on. It gives you a little bit more room. So that is my card for today. Hope you've enjoyed watching that. Now I'll show you the cards for the weekend. So I'm doing the weekend class with this beautiful paper pack. And these are some of the cards. So this one here has a little pull-out piece like that, which is cute. This one here is just a card like that. Then we've got this one, and these are the dies from that set of dies that come with that stamp set. So the leaves, this leaf here is stunning. Love these two papers together with the beautiful textured note dies. This one here is gorgeous. Love this paper. This is another die from the set. And this ribbon here is from the Halloween set, which is really nice. Sometimes we don't look at the Halloween for things that would go with our flowers and stuff, but there's some beautiful things like the ribbon, which is gorgeous. The gems from here come with this set, so I've used those on a few cards. The beautiful peachy colour there, beautiful petunia pop colour there. This was another card, so this is beautiful roses, and here we've got some gems as well. This opens up like that, and then like that. So the piece of DSP that I cut out the centre, I reused it and put it in the background there so it matches. And then I just cut out an extra rose for that one. And this one here is really gorgeous as well. So this one has a belly band, again with the same leaf from that set. And this opens out like this. So those are our cards for the weekend. Really looking forward to sharing those in my class with my ladies. It's always a pleasure to catch up with them, and it's really nice creating new projects for my classes. So if you make a card like this, please share it with us. I'd love to see what you make. Yes, I decided to just stamp on here this time because it needs to slide through. We don't want to pop anything up because it's going to get stuck going through the gap. But yeah, so it's just a little card like that with a little box at the bottom. And it sits up really nicely. It's hard to show on the camera, but yeah, I hope you've enjoyed watching that today. Okay, so thanks for joining me. If you want to know anything about what I've done or what I've created today, please just let me know. Otherwise, I will catch up with you next week for my Facebook Live. And if you have any questions about my card, just let me know. Okay, have a great day, everybody, and I will catch up with you again soon. Thanks for joining me. Bye for now.